This is Cowboy Jim with AAA Painting and Handyman Services. Once again, we're at a property up in Fort Collins. It's a duplex that we have been rehabbing here a bit. I would more or less say remodeling without really knocking out walls. We've put in a wall, but we've got a new door here. I believe you'll see some of this on a previous video that we have loaded on our site, but I wanted to kind of take a glance at what we've got going on now, just to show about a 60%, 70% completion. What you're seeing now is where we've done a lot of little drywall repairs, and this is primer. I don't know if that's going to give a real good view of this fix here, but this was a really tough texture to mix and match. So did the best we could. Now that it's primed, it's looking a lot better. So I think once I hit it with the paint, which will be some ceiling paint we've got going on there, and an eggshell finish, and body color for the walls will be a semi-gloss finish. I think this will look a lot better. What you may have not seen in the previous video here is our completion of the case and base, everything we've done around door frames. This one here, we've taken some bonding primer. Haven't quite finished it yet because we didn't have any masking down, but this is some bonding primer we did on the wood frame that was already in existence. And we might just coat that again just to get that really, really thick before we hit it with the semi-gloss. But in any case, in here, plumbers have been doing some work. They've been moving some water, things around for the water, for the refrigerator. We're not going to worry much about this ceiling other than painting it and see what happens after the cabinets go in, and we might just have to do some creative fixing around that. But I needed to really see what happens when the cabinets get in and try to figure out what needs to be repaired, drywall, and what doesn't need to be repaired, or what can be covered up with some trim or something like that. But we had a drywall repair here, and that's all been done. And again, just bear in mind, as you go all the way around, we have done all of this. We put in new window sills. They've all been caulked and spackled and smoothed out the best that we can. And once this gets a nice coat of thick semi-gloss paint on that, that'll look really nice. In fact, we haven't talked with the homeowner on this yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to agree. We're going to take all of this frame here on every window and just make that completely into the white. I think that would give the house a lot more pop. It would be a lot easier to paint than having to do this section here in the body and then this section over here in the trim. So I think they'll agree to that one. Let's hope so. Make our jobs a little easier on this. We're about 20 hours over budget on this already for ourselves. So in any case, but this is just showing more of the primer, things that we're doing just prior to painting. We really wanted to get the ceiling paint on today, but I kind of felt a little bit better about getting this primering done and some of the other fixes that we've done in the home. This had actually been tiled here, so we've covered this up. Tile guys kind of came in a little bit early to get some tile in the area where the water heater is going to go. So we got that done and covered up so we don't ruin that. In here, this is one of the things we were kind of working on today. This used to be a door frame, and we've kind of had to make it happen, for just an opening here, because the actual bathroom door is going to be back here now, and used to be up here. So I think once we paint this will start to look a little bit better. Right now it's a little bit ugly, but in here we put in some new shelving for the customer, and you'll notice, again, I'm not like most contractors. I like to leave these guys loose. This way you can just take these out. If you have to move a shelf to put something else in there, you don't have to really worry about untacking and unnailing on. So many contractors in today's world, they like to completely seal those in, caulk them in, and make them tight. One of the things you'll notice on this, couldn't really make this tight because the wall is crooked, and it's not unusual. So yeah, we're tight in the back, but to fill this little gap here would have been a whole lot of fun. So all we've done is just caulked the shelf bracket themselves are all nailed in, so that's going to look a lot more seamless as we go to paint this closet at a later point. So you'll see here that plumbers have done some of their job here. They've got the bathtub in. This is where, on this side here, this is where the washer and dryer stackable is going to go. We did some more drywall repair in this whole thing. This used to be a kind of a pantry that we ripped out of here. So right here is again where we've just kind of done some primering over some spots. I don't think we're going to try to make this look absolutely beautiful because you're going to have a stacking washer and dryer in there. It's not really going to see the paint job or get a value of that, but we'll make sure we do everything we can to make that look perfect. The only real good way to have completely done it right is just to rip out the drywall and start out new. And I just don't think anybody wanted to pay for that, deal with that. In this room here, we used to have a wall, and it's no longer there. Taken out. I'm sorry, I said that completely backwards. This used to be a door. It is now a wall. And you'll see here we've again matched that texture pretty well, and I primed over that whole area so it shouldn't really appear that there was really anything there in the past when somebody looks at it. Again, we put some newer dividers in this shelf here, and we'll continue to make that look better. That was kind of a neat idea with the dividers. And you'll notice we have all the doors off right now because those are going to get ready to paint. They've all been washed down. In a couple of cases, as they get moved around from store to store, they get really bad black marks, blue marks, all sorts of stuff. So we've actually gone through on a couple of these doors here. You'll see we had to put some primer on it just to cover that up. So once we paint these, hopefully none of those marks will actually show through on the door. That's just one of those things that happens. You buy them from a store, they get moved around everywhere. And again, you'll see more primering in this unit here. I think to kind of keep this video to the short and sweet, we're only going to really show this unit right now. The back unit is almost in the same condition. We're just finishing up some caulking and some masking in there. But this guy here, come Monday AM, I should be shooting a lot of paint in here and getting this guy finished and calling it good. So once again, this is AAA Painting and Handyman Services, and kind of our 60 percentile on an interior remodel refurbish.